Welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a upper and mid back massage for the lovely Lauren, and I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. So whenever I kind of hear somebody complain about like a combination of mid and upper back, I immediately think of the mid and upper trap, maybe like more the middle. So that's definitely going to be my focus for today. And so right now, like I talk in my videos a little bit about just kind of without taking too much time, I'll just kind of do a little visual scan of what's going on before I actually put my hands on my client. So I can already tell that that middle trap is definitely tight, and I feel like I should work on the rotator cuff muscles a little bit, especially on that right side. So there's just a lot that you can intuitively pick up on just by like looking at how someone's holding their body. Sometimes I'll do compressions to begin, but I think today I just kind of feel like diving right in. It can feel really nice too if you include a little bit of lat work whenever the mid trap is really tight. It can just help kind of relieve some of that pressure. And it's really good if you can work around that iliac crest when you're working on the lats, just to kind of work a little more thoroughly. And I'm really not doing anything fancy here. I'm just focused on relieving that pressure in the mid trap. You do need to be aware when you're doing a gliding stroke, if you don't use enough oil in combination with moving too quickly, your pace can feel off and it can feel really choppy. So sometimes, like if I'm in the middle of kind of a part of my routine and I don't have enough oil, I'll honestly just like slow way down so that it doesn't feel weird. Just kind of improvise a little bit. And I really like to kind of move back and forth in between some deeper trap work and then just some like more relaxing lat work. Can be a really nice way to work when that mid back is holding a lot of tension. This is one of my favorite moves for that mid trap. I'm just kind of working my soft fist down and working my hand in the opposite direction, my right hand, just to provide a little bit more length. You can kind of start to rotate that soft fist slightly just to work that muscle fiber in a really nice way. For some reason, I find this can be like a little bit tiring, so I don't usually spend a whole lot of time with this technique. And I'm gonna go ahead and just go in with kind of my favorite way to work on this trap muscle, which is with my forearm and my elbow. So just starting out, it can be a little bit easy to confuse the erector with the mid trap. So just staying on the right area. And I'm going to do a little bit of trigger point in here. Working my way into the upper trap a little more. And probably on close to 100% of the people that I work on, like there's always some really good trigger points in here. And just working my way around the scapula and paying attention to muscle tissue that feels like it's more contracted, more fibrous. Whenever somebody says like, oh, I have a knot in my back, really you're referring to like a trigger point. So it's just that muscle fiber that's gotten overused, or just because of stress, it's like really contracted itself. If there's one part of the body that is vulnerable to overuse, it's definitely the upper trap. And one sign, just any area that feels like it's inflamed, it's really likely that overuse is kind of part of the problem. So it can be really good to just help educate your client about like what you're finding and what suggestions you might have as far as, you know, strengthening the pecs, for example, the core. That would all kind of help support the upper trap a little more. And honestly, sometimes it's not always about strengthening, it's just about mindfulness and kind of like day to day, like remembering to engage the core, remembering to engage those pectoral muscles in a healthy way. I know Lauren's a very athletic person, so I don't think that for me to just say, oh, well, you know, strengthen your core, that would really be that helpful for her. I'm going to go ahead and do that same routine on this left side. And not really expecting things to be the same on this side. Kind of treating each side independently. So starting with my forearm work on this left side. And sometimes if like from the start of a massage, if I'm picking up on significantly more tension on one side, I'll usually like kind of move to the side that's not as tense, and then I might revisit the other side and like work in a little bit more detail Just depends on how much time I have. I've had some massages where this therapist that I used to work with, he was like so detail oriented, and he would spend like all of his time on one side, which actually was really helpful, and that was his style. And he was great at it. I think you kind of just have to find your own way of going about things that feels right and effective. And also, like, you know, between the right and the left side, I might focus a little bit more on different techniques depending on how everything's responding. So I'm not doing the same exact routine from right to left. I might do a little bit less trigger point, just depending on what I'm finding. And I am going to go ahead and revisit this right side. But I think I'm just going to give Lauren a little breather, a little break, just by working on these lats a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and work this muscle fiber from a different angle. Honestly, this can feel like you're just, if you don't have a firm enough touch, this can feel like you're just kind of rubbing the skin. So you do need to have like a nice firm touch. And you really don't need to try too hard to find those lats, because they're a superficial muscle. They're pretty easy to find. Go ahead and spend these last few minutes on this right side. And just gonna take my time, this mid upper trap. Be really nice to include some erector work too, if somebody has more severe mid-back pain. And I'm going to go ahead and start using just slightly more pressure. Go ahead and hold a little bit longer. And as I do this trigger point work, I'm not just like poking Lauren with my elbow, so I'm really sinking my elbow in. And as I release, I'm kind of moving that muscle fiber in a more gentle way. I've gone through like phases where sometimes I'll take like a much different approach, so something like more like roll thing, where I'm just kind of really steamrolling my way through that muscle fiber. But I find that like the last few years, my clients have responded really well to a little bit more finesse, which just kind of enjoy doing deep tissue work that way a little bit more right now. And if I want to give my client a little bit more, I'll throw in a little bit of thumb work, but I never really focus on using my thumbs when I'm working on the upper trap, just because you can do such good work with the elbow and it's a lot easier. So I know that I'm working on this upper trap because I'm working towards the base of the skull. So if I were more focused on that levator scap, I would be working in towards Lauren's shoulders and moving my way in more. To me, it just feels like a little bit funny if I were to end there. So I really like to do like a broader stroke when I'm wrapping things up. I might even just go ahead and do a little something extra for those lats. Really nice if you can do a little something for the traps as they move into the neck. And that is all for today. Before I forget, I'd like to thank a few of our patrons. I'd like to thank Andrew Bowers, Michael, and Jonathan Brown. Thank you guys so much for your support. And thank you for joining us today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.